Hey guys, this is Carlo from Let's Cut Foam, Monte Carlo 712, and then obviously Club Foam Carrier Carlo. I wanted to take a few minutes and just sit down and talk to anyone who's actually looking at this video. I just recorded a massive series for Monte Carlo 712, and I wanted to take a few minutes and talk about Club Foam Carriers and just pretty much level it out for everyone. You know, Club Foam Carriers was a hobby endeavor, hobby business that I just kind of fell into. I basically wanted to just make my own transportation solutions for armies, and I had done it at such a cheap price that my local war gaming community were like, oh, give me stuff, give me stuff, give me stuff. So fast forwarding a few years, what Club Foam Carriers had turned into was I had kind of all these different parts that I had worked together. You know, I had bag suppliers, and I created my own dies, and we had, you know, foam manufacturing, and, you know, all this whole thing that became Club Foam Carriers. Where I faulted was I took too many other people's advice on how to run my company. Really what was happening was Club Foam Carriers was turning into something that I never wanted it to be. I wanted Club Foam Carriers to be just that, is a carrier company for groups or clubs or individuals or whatever it happens to be, and supply them with inexpensive foam products. I mean, that's really what it all came down to is, you know, we all know that carrier foam is incredibly overpriced, but what I found in going through a failed Kickstarter and, you know, going through kind of the marketing and all that kind of stuff is, you know, as you would imagine, there's a lot of people who have brand loyalty to the large manufacturers, and that's fine. That's no big deal. There's not an issue with that whatsoever. But the perception that was received by the gaming community was that I was expecting people to make a complete switch from an existing product over to what I was selling, and to not have universal products. What I was making couldn't necessarily fit in the other bags, and vice versa, and so on and so forth. I think that gamers in general feel like a lot of people are trying to take advantage of them, and I mean, it was crazy. I'm not even gonna get into it, but just the ridiculous amount of like nitpicky, aggressive, and, you know, really negative feedback that I got through the Kickstarter is basically all the bullshit that people had felt with other companies was just getting driven into me, like, you know, how dare you, you know, yeah. And it's like, you know, it was one of these where it was, you know, even like personal attacks on some of the personal messages. I mean, it was just like the most bizarre shit I'd ever seen. The problem was Club Foam Carriers was given the perception that I was trying to go up against some of these large contenders. And, you know, a lot of that was, like I said, the advice that I was receiving as far as business advice and so on and so forth. You know, we gotta get into retail chains. We gotta, you know, make this marketable. We gotta, you know, do this, and this. We gotta really, you know, be boom, 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 boom. And for a hobby business, truthfully, I don't want to have to deal with that. It was never anything that I wanted. I just wanted to have cheap foam that I sell to people and they love it. Don't get me wrong, I've done my homework on all the different types of foams and adhesives, and I mean, anyone who has bought my products have been incredibly happy with them. So sure, if you want specific die cut for this model and pay $25 for this, you know, piece of foam, more power to you. I have no hard feeling that you guys can do whatever you want. But, you know, I'm trying to market to those guys who are like, you know, transporting their stuff in cardboard boxes that might want something a little bit better to protect their models or conversions and that kind of thing. I have completely overhauled my pricing. I had originally set my pricing to work in retail outlets, and there has to be a certain margin and so on and so forth on average to, you know, go through all the, you know, the main distributors and so on and so forth. Screw it. I've always wanted to pass savings on to my customer base, and I'll post a graphic here. I have, you know, everything set up through UPS as far as shipping, and I was able to get good, you know, domestic rates down, and that was one of the things that we sorted out with the Kickstarter. What I have been trying to work out for you international guys is if a bunch of you guys can get together, I've been working on vacuum packing. So what I'm hoping is I can vacuum pack down all my foam, stack a whole bunch of orders in, and then send it overseas, you know, Australia or UK or whatever. And then hopefully again, you know, keep shipping rates down so you guys can spread out shipping among like 3 or 5 guys or something like that. And spread out, it might only be about $15 per person depending on how we do it. So I'm trying to work to get, you know, something cheap to everyone in the community. This video is a huge ramble, and I honestly hope to a certain degree that you see sort of the informal business that I have here. It's a hobby business. This is something that I just enjoy doing. I like helping people. I like helping people save money, and I've created a product that is, personally, I think it's top notch. You know, and it depends on, honest to God, how nitpicky you are as an individual, but really everyone has been happy and most people can't get enough of this stuff. Coming into 2015, Club Foam Carriers is going to maintain as a hobby business. I'm going to pass the savings on to you as the customer. I'm slashing all my pricing. I'm not really making a ton on any of this stuff. I just enjoy helping people. So if you're interested in getting you know, bags, if you're interested in getting foam, if you're interested in getting whatever, we're gonna go back into full production probably February 1st. We took kind of a break after the Kickstarter, a break for the holidays, and we're probably gonna go back in February 1st. So if anyone's interested, just, you know, send me a message or something like that and let me know that yes, I should continue to move forward with this. Otherwise, honest to God, no hard feelings. So, all right guys, take it easy. We'll catch you next time.